Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Herkman, and today on Hump Day Health we're going to be discussing emotional privilege. So first, what is privilege? Privilege is a special right or advantage that not everyone has. And in our society we have various privileges of different types. Now over the years I've come to appreciate something that I like to call emotional privilege. So emotional privilege means that you have safe spaces and people where you can share your emotions and be vulnerable. Not everyone has that, not everyone grows up with that, and not everyone is able to find it in adulthood. Now here's an analogy. So you look up at the sky and you see some dark clouds coming your way. So you think to yourself, okay, it's gonna rain, right? Maybe a storm's coming. Now, if you have a raincoat, an umbrella, and a place to go, you might be annoyed that it's gonna rain, but you have the tools you need and you have a place to go, okay? But let's say you see those clouds coming, you don't have an umbrella, you don't have a raincoat or a place to go. When you see what's coming, it may not just be annoying, it might actually be activating, because your solution then might be, I gotta try to outrun this, gotta try to outrun that cloud, or try to find somewhere to hide. Now, when we encounter feelings, we react in different ways. And if we have the tools to deal with our feelings, and we have the spaces that are a nurturing emotional shelter for us, we have a much easier time navigating the ups and downs of life. But if we don't have that, then the prospect of emotions can be very, very terrifying. And the solution could be to try to outrun the emotions, if that's possible. So we're trying to outrun what's coming or hide from what's already there. Now in clinical terms, we might call this avoidance. And I find that avoidance almost always has really good reasons behind it, that there are really good reasons why people might be emotionally avoidant. And when you grow up without emotional privilege, or you have not been able to find it in adulthood, avoidance can be a very important lifeline. And by the way, this is one of the reasons why I'm often very hesitant to give wholesale advice through social media, especially when it comes to relationships, because everyone has such a different situation when it comes to emotional privilege. So I'll give you an example. This pandemic, okay? So there were people who were quarantined at home with a partner who feels emotionally safe for them, who they could open up to, process what's going on with, what's going on around them. But you have people who are quarantined at home with a partner who is not safe, whether emotionally, physically, and it's been a very, very difficult time for them. And then you have people who are quarantined at home without any partner and are yearning to have someone to be in the trenches with emotionally. So, like I said, everyone has their own different situation with emotional privilege. Excuse me. Now, gratitude means recognizing the privileges that we have. The major privileges, the minor privileges. There's some privileges we don't realize how major they are until we really think about it. And I believe that emotional privilege is a major privilege. And I think when we take stock of our lives and kind of look back on our experiences, we could probably think of spaces where we maybe had that sense of emotional privilege, or we craved it and didn't have it, or places where we wish and we're still waiting for it now. And I find for a lot of people, it's always kind of a helpful experience to kind of reflect on that, but also to think about for ourselves of being the other side of it, of what does it mean for you to help create that space for other people and helping other people be able to process their emotions and be vulnerable in that safe way. So with that, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week.